I used to be somebody before that freak Ayuz sent his army south and ruined everything. We had a nice racket going on in the land of the freelords, or what the rest of the Flanes calls the Bandit kingdoms. We had a territory we ran, and we hustled and stole what we could from who we could. Sure, we fought amongst ourselves, and I'd just as soon stick my dagger into someone from the freelords as anywhere else. But we always banded together when an outside force threatened all of our businesses. But all that changed when Ayuz came a-calling. Half of the freelords joined forces with Ayuz to save their skins, and the other half got wiped out or sent packing to the other lands, all down into the rift. I was no hero, and neither were any of my mates. So after the massacre of Steelbone Meadows, we did what any guys in our situation would have done. We hightailed it out of there. The only problem is that everywhere we went, there were old enemies waiting. After finally getting corralled by the Ernst soldiers, I was left to rot in a dungeon, waiting for them to decide what to do with me. The way the gods look at us, I don't think we're gonna like what it is they have in store.
Let's go ahead and I'll just give a brief synopsis of what's happened up to now. Like I've said, we had some session zeros, 3 of them actually, which was more for us to work bugs out, and you should had some technical difficulties now.
Watch you think this was bad, yeah.
Yeah, watch us trying to figure out some other stuff in the session zeros and some of the auditions. So that was a lot of fun. But to let everyone know what has happened prior to where we are going to begin off. This story takes place in the Bandit Kingdoms in Greyhawk, the great world of Greyhawk, and it is after the invasion of Ayuz has occurred. So we're not, for those of you who are sticklers for timeline and sticklers for all the specific NPCs, you're going to really be disappointed because it's not really going to follow them to the T. But the flavor of it and the heart and the essence of it is all. Basically, Ayuz has come in, has conquered. Everybody in the Bandit Kingdoms has either bent the knee or been destroyed. All of the characters, for one reason or another, found themselves in the earldom of the Tangles. And after it was destroyed, and the Earl Reynard was killed, they, like so many other people in the area that had half a brain, trotted off into the Tangles forest to seek refuge and safety away from the minions of Ayuz, or Eus, however you guys want to say it. I say Ayuz. If you say Eus, it's totally cool. It doesn't matter. There's a couple of different ways of saying it. So in the Tangles, they banded together. There were several different other factions that were in the Tangles as well. Some Furundian, I can never remember.
Oh, you were so close, though.
I was, too. It was Gregor.
It was the closest you've ever been.
I know. I want to say Tritherian priests from Furundi had come in, bonded together many of the people in the Tangles, and was trying to force to take the word Ayuz and kill them, and basically like that. The people and the characters were not part of those factions. They were part of another group that really just wanted to live in peace, so to speak. But after a while, it became clear that such a thing was not really going to be possible. So they decided to take a very hard, arduous, long trek from out of the Bandit Kingdom south, and they made their way finally, after a while, across the Artesimi river into the county of Erst. With them were many, and one of the reasons why their group of people in the Tangles were not more involved was there was an awful lot of, as you would call them, civilians. There were children, elderly and whatnot that had banded together with them in the Tangles. Their main thing is they were getting these people out and getting them to safety, and then those among them that were would figure out what they were going to do then if they wanted to go back to the Bandit Kingdoms. So along this journey, a stranger to the people of the Tangles and the party members at that time came a Furbolg, who is actually part of a clan that they kind of look over the Tangles forest and are kind of tied into the magic that is there that has prevented using forces from burning it down and what have you. And that's Norjor, and that's Phil's character. Say hi, Phil, and wave your hand.
Now that we can actually see you.
Right? And so he went along with the adventurers and helped lead that group out of there. And the reason for it is because Norjor is on a very special mission, and that will come out through play. I'm not going to give it away because that'd be way too easy. And that's the reason he joined along and went with them on the trek from out of the Bandit Kingdoms into Ernst. In Ernst, they delivered their cargo, so to speak, of all the people that were, they had safely brought there, all the civilians and children and what have you. And in particular, one of those was Caleb and Rose, I do believe, correct?
Caleb and Rose, yep.
Yeah. Silver Wolf was entrusted with the children of a dying friend that had lost their lives in Hollorn when it fell to the Iusian forces. And he promised he would get those children to safety, which he did. The other characters at that time, and they didn't really know what they were going to do, and they had heard rumors that there was a merchant by the name of Red Martin, which was putting up and housing refugees from the Bandit Kingdoms and from Ten and from other kingdoms around that affected by the war. When they had arrived at Red Martin's mansion, there was a drinks for all, and there were plenty of other shadowy figures that were from the Bandit Kingdoms also there. And at one point in the night, the place was surrounded, and it was stormed by soldiers from the county of Ernst. And
Red Martin's a son of a bitch.
He's also dead. If you guys remember,
he's a dead son of a bitch.
He was a son of a bitch.
Yeah, he was. The Three Toes killed him for his treachery, and everyone was taken into captivity at that point in time. That's where we're going to pick up. That's where our story begins. That's enough of your backstory. I'm sure I bored the hell out of everyone with that long explanation. So I'm going to paint the picture for you now of what's going on. And here, let me go ahead and I shall set up, let you guys see what's going on. And how's that look? Does everybody see that there?
We do.
Okay.
Good.
Did I do it right?
Great.
So look good. Okay, you guys have to understand. I have like a 10-year-old, a little bit too preoccupied with something else to look at. Have tried and repeatedly failed to get the lighting correct. It looks like I still got it incorrect here because hold on a second. Okay, so I'm still not good.
Are we seeing all the things we're not supposed to see again?
No, not now because I got rid of them. Okay, so
are we in here somewhere?
Yeah, if you guys
Okay,
take a
good.
look, this first cell.
All right, there we are.
So let me tell you what's going on. Each one of you guys are waking up. You feel very disorientated. You have a very deep, hollow feeling within you, and it is it's hard to describe. It's sort of as if you've been starving but yet you're not hungry. It's like just you feel like you're in need of something, but you're not really sure what it is. You all are waking up, and this is, keep in mind, immediately after the events at Red Martin's house. Okay, you're waking up in the cell, and you have none of your belongings, and no weapons. You just have your clothes. Now, this is not something that I've really gone into with a lot of the session zeros or anything along those lines. I'm assuming everyone who is a spellcaster here, and there's a few of you, use a focus. Am I correct? Or are we going to go the route of using spell components?
Oh,
I actually covered both bases.
Okay, because you can use either. I'm not a real big stickler, but I am going to make you go one way or the other.
Oh, okay, I'll focus then.
Okay.
Yeah, he'd probably would have a focus as well.
Yeah, I don't think I only have like minor spells, so my stuff wouldn't really. I don't think it would.
Okay. The one it's going to affect the most would be Nordra. It'll be your guys, Phil.
Yeah, Nordra has a druidic focus.
Okay, that's what I figured. And it's because it's simpler for you and it's simpler for me. And all those focuses are gone. So you guys don't have those. It's along with all your other gear. Let's just put it that way. Okay. Now, those of you who are spellcasters, now if you can see down here, Norjor, there's a guy who's he's shackled to you. And then there's a guy who's shackled also to Raleigh. And there's a guy who is shackled to Wyndon. And those guys are, let's see. Okay, here we go. Raleigh, you got a big, burly kind of guy. He's not extremely tall, but he is kind of wide. You'd almost mistake him for a dwarf. He seems to be up. It seems like everybody that you guys are shackled to are already up and aware. Norjor, you've got a kind of a skinny guy. And he's got that, what do you call the haircut that's like, it's the monk haircut. It's shaven on top with the habits it around. It's I
think the monk is a reasonable...
Top knot. It's a top knot, I think you're calling.
Well, a top knot would be where you pull it up, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Okay, so, well, let's just say he's got the monk haircut.
Sure.
So, okay. And then the guy that is connected to Wyndon is a bald guy from the Immediate jungle. So he's like he's a black guy. He's got some dreads that are pulled back. He's got some ritualistic scarring on his face. And it's not a happy-looking individual. Doesn't seem to be happy at all. So you guys notice that pretty much each and every one of you guys that has that some spell casting ability, aside Silverwolf, because for some reason they consider his spells a threat. You have a shackle. So essentially, there's a metal armband around your arm with a chain going to this other person's arm, and voila, there you go.
All right.
Now were we awake when we came in here? Do we know how long we've been in here?
No,
I didn't think so.
Not.
We got knocked out, right?
Yes. Well, you got, because remember the Ernst guards that they all beat you down with clubs.
Right. That's right.
Beat you all unconscious. So the last thing you guys remember is the beat down in Red Martin's mansion. That's the last thing you remember.
All right.
So, guys, I'm feeling kind of bad because we killed
you're up.
We killed a lot of guards. Yeah. I've been sitting here. I've been thinking. We killed a lot of guards, and at the time, I was just trying to get away. But now I'm thinking, they probably had families, and they're just doing their job. And I burned so many. I don't know. I'm not feeling good about it.
the guy shackled to like on a big heavy sigh, and he looks over at the black guy across the way, and he goes, "Can you believe this? Of all the people I've got to be tied up to, I'm tied up to this frickin' pussy."
Yeah, I kind of felt that way all the way from the Bandit Kingdoms.
And the guy down here that
That hurts my feelings.
talking to,
Sorry,
he goes,
Raleigh.
I hear you, Cease. I hear you. And I'm sorry you hurt your feelings, but you know why we're shackled up to you guys, right?
No. Why?
No.
Because they wanted me to smell something terrible?
No, because we've been given explicit orders that if you try that hocus pocus stuff, that we're supposed to start beating on you.
Right. So you work for our captors.
Well, you can
No.
try,
No.
and you
No.
can succeed.
Yeah, we don't work for nobody, but they said if we didn't make sure you guys stayed in line and don't cast any, that we would get the beating. So, no offense, don't try anything. We won't beat you.
Well, if you're not working for our captors, can't we just all work together against them?
He looks around. Yeah. Okay, pretty boy. What's your idea?
Well, I have no idea where we are. Do you?
I'm in a cell. That's about all I know.
Well, you've
Cecil
clearly
goes.
spoke-
Cecil goes, I was over in Redspan when I was nabbed. Now, you guys know Redspan is over in what used to be the Duchy of 10, which is the Bandit Kingdoms. So it's pretty far away from here. And IUs went in there, and there's some guys from the Stone Fist, and there's like a 4-way brawl going on in this country for it. Okay, or at least it was until the treaty and the war ended. So
you don't know who our captors are.
no, I got no clue. My name's Clyde, by the way. At least that's what people call me. At least what you Northerners can pronounce.
Hey, Clyde, I'm Raleigh.
All right,
Pleasure to
Riley.
be chained up next to you.
Nope, that's Cecil, the guy who's chained next to you. And
I
Cecil-
meant relatively next to you.
Cecil
Yeah.
goes, don't worry about it. It's all good because, yeah, it's all good. And then they both look over at the guy with the monk cut, and we go, yeah, we don't know this guy, but he says his name's Corwin. At least we heard somebody call him that. And he just looks at both of them and doesn't say anything. Now, that's the guy who's chained to Nordjor.
Oh, you guys are going to be a perfect match.
Okay, at this point in time, Three Toes goes, I'm going to try. You tell me if I get close to it. God, I'm locked in a cell with a bunch of incompetents. I guess it'll be up to me to free everyone. And he walks over, and he stands at the bars, and he just stands there, and he puts his hands on the bars and just starts looking around. And by the way, Michael, I'll apologize right now. my poor ability to channel Three Toes as you do. There you go. And so he's just up at the bars right now. Okay.
So he's not chained anyone, and Silverwolf is not chained anyone.
Correct. Silver Fox is not chained to anybody.
Let me ask you a question. They took all of my my items. So armor, everything is gone, just regular, the clothes we had underneath. I did have 3 like braided, like thin leather bracelets. Are those still on, or are they not?
Well, let's see, because that's kind of something that could very easily be overlooked. And I'm going to say if you roll under 10 on the D20.
Just a straight D20 roll?
Yeah, just roll a D20 and let me know. Yeah, they took that shit. All right.
I might actually not Silverwolf may not make it through the first episode.
Here, I'm just going to test something. I'm going to make sure I got I got it on. Okay. I wanted to make sure I had my roll on. Okay. Uh-oh, was there something super special about those bands that I didn't know about?
Yeah.
Oh.
They were alert bracelets.
Well, I guess you need to find out where they're at pretty quick then. So
I'm gonna help. I fallen and I can't get up.
okay, cool.
So I'm chained
Go
to
ahead,
Clyde.
Adam. Go ahead and send that to me in a whisper.
Okay.
Okay.
How do
I'm sorry.
you do that again?
It's W/ and is it GM or DM for Roll20 for it? I think it's
GM.
yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you should be able to type whatever you want. It'll just come directly to me. Okay. I'm sorry. Uh-huh.
Norjor has been just quietly observing for the most part. He's like kind of looked askance at his companion, or I guess not really his companion, but the unfortunate soul who's been tied to him. And then he like goes up to the bars and like just tries to like rattle them a little bit and see how secure they are. And is like, and then he turns back to his companions, like the people he knows, and it's like, "We leave now."
If you could
This is jail, Norjor. This is where they put good people for no reason, and they stand on the other side of the bars and they judge you. It's not a great place.
Three Toes turns, and Three Toes doesn't turn actually. He just keeps staring out the bars and goes, "Yet again, your ability to comprehend the common language is astounding." Okay.
Norjor like turns to him and is like, "Thank you."
Okay.
I'm
So
assuming
how sturdy do the bars feel?
Yeah, you ain't bending them, dude.
Okay.
Now,
So
Can somebody help me with these bracelets? They're getting really uncomfortable. I don't like this.
Cecil leans over real close and goes, "You know, if you try and take it off, I gotta throw you a beating. Just so you know."
Well, what if you try to take it off? Yeah, help me out here, man. You want to get out of here or not?
No,
I'm so uncomfortable.
no. You understand? They said they would throw a beating on me if. Yeah, no, it's not happening, man. I'm sorry.
this is a classic scenario. If we all work together, we can probably overcome the people who have captured us. They want us to be divisive.
Norjor's gonna like look at the others and be like, "How they beat you with these bars in the way? Don't they have to come to us?"
Cecil starts laughing. Yeah, they gotta come to us, and there's a whole lot of them. All right, yeah, it'll be fun to see you getting a beat thrown on you.
Norjor nods and is like, "We can take a whole lot."
Yeah, I'm sure. That's why you're in here with us. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
I'll
We
say
may
to-
be in here, but they buried several dozen.
Yeah, sure they did, bud.
and
Sure they
that's
did.
probably not going to endear them to us. I'm going to say to Clyde, we might as well try walking around and moving together in tandem while we have these on us, so we're better prepared for whatever comes. Because now he's going to like stand up and try to like move around.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion.
Oh God, I'm not good at that. All right, persuasion.
Let's hope.
Oh, it's going to be bad. Yep.
You're right.
Yeah. Clyde
Yep.
just keeps looking at you and goes, "Just keep your skinny ass here on the floor. I don't want to have to be getting up and trouncing around for no damn reason. Don't worry. Whoever's got us in here is going to come and they're going to talk to us. I mean, we're not the only people in here." Now, you guys kind of realize that you can hear other voices, plenty of them. You're not the only people in here. And these people in yourself are not the only people in here either. Now, I don't know if you can scroll the map. I don't know how much
Yeah, we
light.
could see some people in the darkness here a little bit.
Got a little bit
Okay. Yeah, and that's when good. Okay, you see them over there, don't you? You see those guys? You remember those two guys?
Yes.
Oh, those are our friends, huh?
Yeah. Hey, who put that torch over there?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Yeah, let me put that back down over here. Okay, so that's That's Smoky Kaz and Mathers.
Now, I wasn't here for that session or whatever. Who are these people?
They're
Okay.
dicks.
Well,
Yeah.
Sure.
Smoky Kaz and Mathers are two bandits that are from Rook Roost.
Well, we don't
And-
actually know that though, because Michael's the only one who saw them, right, or recognized them, but we didn't.
Yes.
And then
correct.
we didn't
Michael's
see
the
him
only-
until the end of until we were getting knocked out.
Well, and you do remember that basically Mathers was talking shit to Silverwolf.
Yeah, I remember
You
that
guys
too.
came, yeah, you guys were having a verbal exchange, and Smoky Kaz was kind of like acting as an, he's trying to smooth everything out, is what he was basically doing. So there you go. And they're not doing anything except looking over and staring at Three Toes. And Three Toes is just, here, I'm going to do it. I have to do it. Because we all know what happens when people try and see. No, they see him this time. Well, one of them did. Smokey Kaz has got no idea, but Matt as hell recognized Three Toes. And they're just kind of like staring daggers at each other through the bars. Well, Mathers is staring daggers at Three Toes, and Three Toes is this bored, like, stare, just kind of like looking back at him.
How long have you all been in the cell?
Are you
Clyde? Cecil?
Yeah, that's Cecil. I'm Clyde, and we're pretty sure this guy's name's Corwin.
So
And,
how long have you been here?
how long have you been in here, Cece? He goes, well, we've been in here for roughly about, I don't know, 2 days. Yeah, that sounds about right.
And have we been here?
You had to think about 2 days? It's 2 days.
Seriously, you're going to start talking shit to the guy that's standing next to you, and his whole job is to kick your ass. I don't think that's a smart idea. Yeah, 2 days. That's what I said. 2 days we've been in here.
And have
It's
we
like-
been in here the entire time with you?
No, you guys were brought in yesterday. Like evening. You've been here like maybe 8 hours.
Where were you when you said you were Redspan before you were kidnapped?
Yeah, we were over in the Duchy of 10, or I guess what used to be the Duchy of 10. So,
And you have no idea who is behind our capture.
I don't know who the hell's behind your capture, but I sure as fuck know who's behind my capture.
Who's
It was a
that?
bunch of them fucking Tenyans. That's who it is. The guys that are working for the county. The guys that old Countess Belasica's giving them all that gear and loot and funding. Let's see. Hold on. It's let's see if I can find his name. Anyway, it's the Duke of 10, whatever the guy's name is. He's known as a that seems to be quite substantiated that he's kind of a pussy.
Okay.
Because he ran away. His government's in exile in the county of Ernst. And he's had to kind of been prodded into going back to try and free his country because, there's all kinds of bad people there, and he doesn't really want to get into it with them. He's in 10. There he is. Yeah. E-H is the guy's name.
E-A-E-H?
E-H-Y-E-H.
E-H-Y.
Yeah.
A-
Hey, yeah.
A-F. Duke A.F. So, and Redspan was taken back from, let's put it this way, the Greyhawk War is real confusing as far as who's on what side and who's doing what. The guys from Stone Fist and all these northern barbarian types came into 10 through the urgings of Ayus. Okay? So, the Tenites went back, and they took of their kingdom back, and Redspan is one of the second largest city there, and they took that back. So when he's saying the Tenites or the Tenas took it, he's talking about those guys, basically the the not followers. What the hell am I trying to say? But the actual people from 10. So, and 10 is a flan. It's like one of the few places in the Flanness that is like the majority of the population is flan. So, and flan is the Aboriginal people. So think Native Americans. That's probably the easiest way to go. So, okay.
I'll look at the guy chained to Nordrum. Like, so what about you, bald, short, and sullen? What's your story?
Well, he's not short, and he's kind of he's kind of on the skinny side, and he just looks at you and he goes, "My story? I have no story. I'm just here."
Oh, you'll get along fabulously with Three Toes then.
He does seem like a kindred spirit, and Three Toes kind of like huffed. If I must be. I was apprehended and brought here. I am from Dimri. Now, Dimri, you guys all know, Dimri is an actual kingdom in the Bandit Kingdoms. It's considered one of the Bandit Kingdoms, and the forces of Dimri actually beat back the Iusians to the point that they filed a peace treaty with them. Okay, so they have not been conquered by Ius. It's the only place in the Bandit Kingdoms. Okay, and their guys, they are a offshoot and a heretical. I know I said that word wrong.
Heretical?
Yeah, well, they worship a form of the god they worship is Fulstus, but it is it's considered to be what's that word? Say it for me.
Heretical?
Yeah, it's a bastardized version of it. It's not the accepted. It's a more darker. Basically, Fulstus is the god of light. The Dimris believe that you must know the darkness to appreciate the light. Starting to see where they're at.
Sure.
Okay, so there you go. So that's why they're part of the Bandit Kingdoms. You follow? So
Nordrum is going to kind of like look at it's Corwin, right? The guy who's chained to him.
correct.
Yeah. So he'll turn to Corwin and like look down at him and be like, "We work good. We be friends," and kind of like extends his free hand, like as to shake his hand, because he's seen people do that.
Okay. Corwin reaches out to his hand. Now, have you ever seen one of those really limp-wristed kind of handshakes where they kind of like give you that, and they're like, they just grab your fingers sort of thing? That's what he does. So it's sort of like, yeah. And then
Nordrum probably doesn't even notice because it's so small in his hands too. Like his hands are
Yes.
like covering his. And it's also really awkward because I assume that we're tied like right wrist to left wrist, so we're shaking with the same with the left to right hand.
Correct. Correct.
Got
So,
this whole
actually-
like awkward thing going on.
Yeah,
That was
Nordrum
beautiful.
really doesn't understand the awkwardness that it really is. He's just like, well, I guess this is how these humans do it, and everybody else that's watching goes, oh, God, this dude is such a sis. Yeah. And then at this time, from across the bars and across the floor, you hear Mathers speak up. Do Three Toes. Oh, yeah. You wait, buddy. You just wait. I'm going to get my chance, and when I do, I'm going to break you. And that's when Smokey Kaz, that's over standing next to him, goes like, dude, chill. You're going to pop a vessel. Don't worry about it. We'll get him. Don't worry about it. Okay, go ahead.
Two quick questions. One, did they take my boots?
No, they did not.
Now, I'm assuming they did find the dagger that was in the one boot, though.
Yes. They
Okay.
did. Well, let's. How big a dagger are we talking?
I mean, it would be big. It would be big enough to fit in the boot, so not huge. But I mean,
This is what we'll do.
okay.
I want you to roll me now. Just give me a roll on. I guess corresponding for hiding something would still be stealth.
Okay.
I mean, that's the most correspondent
Right.
stat. So go ahead and just give me a roll. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. All right.
All right. Well, that actually, I don't need to worry about the second question then.
It's in your boot. I was gonna say if you got a 19 or 20. There you
Okay.
go. That works.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So
You hit it well enough that they
Yeah.
didn't come across it.
well, that's what it's for. And it's like a delicate elven dagger, so it would
Yeah.
be harder to find.
It's the kind of dagger that that monk would seem right at home using, is what you're telling me.
Probably
All right,
would. Yeah.
I got to roll now because we got old Jingle Angle Jingle Three Toes. Let's just see. Okay. Nope, they got all his shit though. All right, cool, fair enough.
All right, so
All right.
I'm just going to. I mean, I haven't really moved or said. I don't think I've said anything since I I woke up. So I'm going to try to just sort of slide my my legs up as if I'm sitting with my sort of knees like toward my chest and make it look like I'm scratching my my leg. Slide the the dagger out and just hide it in the sleeve of my shirt.
Give me a sleight of hand.
Not great.
All right, I got to make 2 rolls. We'll see what's going to happen here. No. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Cecil.
Which one is Cecil? Cecil's the one with Wyndon?
Yeah, tied up
Raleigh.
to Raleigh.
Oh, Raleigh.
Yeah,
Raleigh.
with
Okay.
Raleigh. The shorter, broader of the two.
Yeah.
He goes, "You got a knife? Holy shit, man! Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You should give me that."
I will use it to cut out your tongue if you continue to talk.
Whoa! Whoa! Easy, easy. And he goes over and he nudges Raleigh in the rubs and says, "Hey, man, your boy over there's got a temper on him, man. What's up with that?"
Well, you're being a dick. I don't like it.
I don't understand. That ain't right. Okay.
I think the concern is discretion.
Discretion. I ain't never been there.
Right.
Clyde, because it's obvious that Clyde and Cecil know each other. Clyde just kind of like took his down. All right, the doors right here open, and there is the distinct click, click, click of those high, polished, tall leather boots, sort of like a jack would sound walking stone cobbles. And in comes this man, followed by this man, and this man. And I wonder if I can move them in a group. Can I move them in a group?
There is a
I
way to
sure
do
as
it,
fuck
but I don't
can.
know how to-
There they all are.
Oh boy,
Okay.
that's a lot of crossbows.
Yeah, but all right, let me move that little gnome guy out of the way here. Okay, and this guy comes in first. You guys recognize him. Let's see. Guess. Anybody?
It was the guy with Red Martin, right? What's his name? Gustan or
Yeah.
something?
Gustav. No, not Gustav. Gustav was Red Martin.
Oh, that was his friend. That was his name. What was
Yeah,
it?
this was-
Lord Florentine.
Yes,
Lord Florentine. Yeah.
So it's that guy. Okay. And he comes in and basically you got a group of these look like nondescript guards. They're all packing, as you can see, crossbows. You know, they all have clubs as well. You know, the type of clubs you guys are very familiar with getting beat down with when you're at parties. These guys are not dressed in any kind of uniforms, though. And two other guys, This guy right here, the bald dude, looks he looks like a jailer. You know, just think of every fantasy movie you've ever seen where there's a guy who's got the ring of keys and keeps everybody in the dungeon. That's that guy.
Okay.
And then there's this gentleman here, a little bit finer of armor. He's got a long sword on instead of the club and what have you. And then this guy right here is a gnome. He's dressed in blacks, and his hair is kind of crazy and purple. And he's got a kind of a little bit of a creep vibe coming off of him, even for such a little small guy. And then, of course, there's Lord Florentine in his immaculate attire. Has that same, crushed velvet cape and really well-made crimson suit and pants and whatnot. Those real high, black, shiny riding boots. And he's walking in and he's got his hands behind his back. And he's looking around. Now, when these guys came in, okay, it was quiet at first. And then there's a bunch of like shouting going on. Like everybody's talking at once in here. You know, hey, what's going on? Why the hell you got me in here? That sort of jazz, okay? Mm-hmm. And a lot of insults being hurled. He seemingly annoyed, leans over, says something to this guy who looks like he's in charge. That guy then points at this guy over here behind the bars. Okay, and you know what I need to do? I need to bring in this right here. Okay, so he's carrying it toward him too. And then he points at that guy, and with that, each and every one of those crossbow guys turn and fire on that dude through the bars. They smack the hell out of him, and as they hit, you guys notice they're blunted. They're all blunted bolts. So he gets beat to hell by them, but he didn't get impaled by 6 bolts. Okay. And after that, the place goes quiet. He looks around. The guy who is Florentine looks around at goes, well. I'm sure you're all very interested to understand why you're here.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now, just because I made an man over here does not mean that you cannot speak when spoken to. My name is Tobod Gerner. So, completely different name than you guys knew him by. And you are all working for me, whether you want to or not. You see, there's a difficult time going on, and unfortunately, desperate times call for drastic measures. And now, I've taken you, who will now be my foot soldiers in this war. You will all be going back into the Bandit kingdoms to conduct raids and acts of subterfuge. And, basically to be a thorn in the side of the Iusians.
Very important question.
That's just Raleigh
Did
talking?
they? Yes. No. Well, me.
Yeah.
Did they take my coat?
No, you got your coat.
Okay. All right, I got my coat. Okay.
We didn't say, are you paying us?
And yeah, because there was generally a general, murmur of displeasure amongst them. Of course I'm paying you.
All right, then.
I'm going to pay you with your souls. I'm sure all of you have been feeling a little under the weather since you've woken up and since you've been here. Well, that hollowness that you feel inside of you, it is the lack of what you no longer have. We now have your souls. And don't worry, we will give them back to you in due time, far before the 13 months are up, before you make a complete transformation into undead. Just all you have to do is what we ask.
That is not cool.
I know, is it not? But it is wonderful to have happen. I mean, who better to go back into the bandit kingdoms than a bunch of bandits? They'll never expect it.
But I need my soul.
When it'll say, did the lawn ornament there take our souls? Is he responsible for that?
I think he's referring to me. Of course I did. I took your souls. I took all of your souls, and I have them all in nice little chests. Shut up! I don't need to hear anything from you. No. Kind of like us. Yes, okay. I mean, he seems to have like gone off into his own little world, thinking about, oh, then I have this one. It's like he's reliving sucking souls out of people and what have you.
Fantastic.
Yes. So, I hope you all will come to understand that this is the best situation for everyone.
For you, certainly.
Well, of course for me, but for the whole area. Ayuz cannot be allowed to just stomp all over the place and kill people. He is killing everything and anyone that gets in his way.
Is he stealing people's souls?
Well, I'm just holding on to it to ensure that do as they are told. As well. And he comes walking over. I don't remember you very well from these ones, and he starts pointing at the other guys, when they were collected. And actually, you knew them. You went to you were in the outskirts of Radagast City when you were all in Accounting Ernst. Mm-hmm. Wyndon was at a whorehouse or whatever you want to say you were doing. It's completely up. And you were going to meet them at Red Martin's house. You had the unfortunate pleasure of walking up to Red Martin's house just as it was being surrounded by all the Ernst soldiers, and you got your beat down out on the lawn. So,
how close is he to the bars? Out of curiosity,
he's outside of a grasp hand. Because you see, at that time when he comes a little bit closer, you actually see Three Toes, his hands, they slide up the bars a little bit, and then he just kind of gives him a nice little grip.
Okay.
Now, I'm sure you all understand that this is what is necessary. This is what has to happen. And I'm sure some of you, if I were to recruit you under normal circumstances, would have been perfectly fine with coming along and doing what is right for all the betterment of everyone in the Flanaess. But, that having been said, I know some of you would not. And then he looks at Raleigh.
No! I want to kill Ayuz super bad.
Excellent. Then you will be, I will say this much, as well as when you come back and you reclaim your soul from having done a job well done. We can talk about actual compensation and different things.
Well, a year ago, I did a job, and I did it really well.
Excellent.
So can I have my soul back?
No, because I did
but
not
what
know
if I
you.
promise that I'll try as hard as I can to do stuff?
And this is when I will lean over my shoulder and I say, Captain, please have your men reload their crossbows. And at that time, all the guys with the crossbows put a bolt
Three
in.
Toes, you're in trouble.
Anyway, so in the morning, we shall all begin to make preparations for your glorious return into the Bandit Kingdoms, where you will be fighting against the forces of Ayuz. Very well.
I just say, and I'm still just sitting in the back, looking disinterested in what he has to say, and say, "You took something from me. Or
We've
your
stopped.
people did. I can't imagine you would have done anything yourself. I'll take those back. Now.
And you are speaking.
Hold on.
I'm sure a ruffian like you can do without his dagger or his sword for a little while. Don't worry about it. You'll get those things back, your instruments, when you're going to the Bandit Kingdoms.
I'll get everything back. Or my soul is not the one you're going to have to worry about.
I think this is where I'm supposed to be intimidated by you.
No.
Well, perhaps at another time. But let me also leave one little bit of information with all of you before I depart. There are certain benefits that happen when you own someone's soul. I will just say that. And for those of you who are maybe trained slightly in the arcane arts will know exactly what I'm talking of. So, I would really think twice before you try to do anything extra sneaky or bad. Now, we will all talk in the morning. And have a good night. And rest. Rest. So, and then he goes and he leaves. The guards that were up here, they kind of like part ways, let him go through. This guy kind of stays. The jailer kind of stays. And the gnome is just kind of like following in his wake, still talking. Yeah, and they don't. Yeah, I know exactly what I can do with a soul when I have to do. So, okay. So they are on. And then after they leave, the rest of the guys also. Well, maybe I'll have to do it like that. Oh, look, it worked. How about that? And I before this is over, I'm thinking at least 1 year, and I will be a master at all these Roll20 things. Okay, so with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a short break. So if you guys need to get anything to drink or go to the restroom or what have you, I need a refresh of something, a beverage of my own. Pick right back up where we left off. So if you're watching, hello, and thank you for watching and continuing on. We hope you're having fun of this first episode, and we'll talk to you here soon as we're done.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and knock that up.
are back.
Welcome back. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and dive right back in and get this party going. Okay, so Tobold Gurner leaves out with his gnome and the other guards, and the door closes again.
I turn to Raleigh.
Okay.
And say, what did he mean about the magic? What did he mean?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really do magic. I just I think about stuff, and then I do stuff.
Necromancy isn't really my area of expertise, but from the little I've read, it's not good. Having someone's soul means you have a measure of control over them that none of us want to have, especially in that guy's hands.
Now, is it
Yeah, I'm
him
really
or
mad
is
at
it the
him.
gnome?
Well, I mean,
At
technically,
this
it's probably
point,
the gnome.
Corwin pipes up, and he goes, if someone is in control of your soul, essentially they have control over you. If used properly, they can even control you as minutely as your movements, if done properly.
I lightly slap Cecil in the face, and I'm like, it was Tobold.
All right, Cecil's gonna haul off and punch you. Are you gonna? Oh, and bullshit! He misses. I'm assuming you try to get out of the way.
Oh yeah.
Okay, he punches the wall. Ah, God, plus it, you stupid.
I'm sorry. I should have warned you. I'm really hard to hit.
I should.
Like people try all the time, but I'm just really hard to hit. How's your hand? Are you okay?
He cranks back like he's gonna punch you again, and then Clyde barks at him and goes, "Cecil, stop being a dick. Sit down."
I told you, man. It was Tobold. I don't have a soul. I'm not responsible for my actions.
Oh, great.
Nice.
As if you need an excuse.
I know, right? So I can see where this is going.
So you know a lot about this, there, Baldy.
His name is Corwin.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
Are you a necromancer?
No.
Are you a wizard?
No.
Are you a dancer?
Yes.
You look like a dancer.
No, I'm not a dancer.
You should give it a shot. You got the build for it.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. So, Three Toes kind of comes over and then just sits down and puts his back against the wall. Leans his head against the wall, too, and just closes his eyes and starts going to sleep.
Guys, I'm worried about Three Toes. Those guys want to kill him.
Okay. Now, is there anything in particular you gentlemen would like to do during the course of the night?
I would like to get these handcuffs off. They are so uncomfortable.
No, that's just me as the DM asking you.
I mean, I guess I was... When did we try to take some time to see if there's any sort of regular guard or regular patrol? Try to suss that out a bit, if possible.
Well, let's put it this way. Hours to sit in your cell. There's actually a bucket of water in the cell with you. And there's got like a little ladle. Wooden ladle. Then there's another bucket for, well, you know.
No ladle in that one, I hope.
No, well, no. Yeah. So, does anybody else have any thing they would like to do?
No.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over. Although I can't control this. I can't control my token, but
You can't. Well, here. This is what we're gonna do because I had to. So let's try it. I'm gonna delete out your guys,
and then move them in.
and then you guys just move them in, and you let me if you can still see, because I'm wondering if those.
Again, I'm really small, but
Bitty guy.
what happened?
Can you?
Is this what happens when you lose your soul?
Turn into Mickey Mouse.
All right. So
I can't see me if I came out.
no, you did not.
You have not yet
Okay.
reappeared.
Come on, Raleigh.
He's gone invisible.
There it is.
All right.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe up here.
Oh, I got you. I got you. I'm just dragging you down. There it is. Okay. And you can still. Everybody can still see.
Yep.
Right. Yes.
Okay. All right. Then the tokens that I had set up and were saved on your guys' things. It all works. Okay.
Yeah,
good.
I saved those yesterday.
Okay. All right.
All right, so I'm just gonna move over here, and it was Mathers, and who was the other guy?
Smoky Kaz.
I say Kaz. God, I'm not talking to Mathers. He's a dick, and at some point I'm gonna punch him in the face. But I didn't get a chance the other day, so
Yeah, you sure did. Before the orange guy showed up, he's like, yeah.
I wanted him to take a swing first, but his friend stopped him. But anyway, what do you remember when they brought us in here?
I don't remember shit.
You were knocked out too?
Yeah, I just woke up in here with Mathers and some of the other guys that were there at Red Martin's place. So that's all I remember.
Did you
Mathers comes up close to the bar and goes, I remember that I'm going to kick your ass. That's what I remember.
It is going to be so much fun breaking your nose.
Oh.
And I turned back to Kaz. Just say, did you see where they took our stuff?
Oh, man. I woke up in here. Just like you guys.
Is there a guard in here that I can see?
Nope. No guard.
Does anybody know where our stuff is, where our belongings are, where they took them?
And when you say that, somebody walks up. I don't know if you can see over here.
Where?
Right?
Yeah.
Yep. He's
Yeah. It's in the
like the
darkness,
edge
but
of-
I can see.
He's
Yeah.
in the shadows, right? Okay, good. Perfect. That's how it is. A dark figure walks up,
Is this the
to-
fucking elf? Does it look like an
And-
elf?
but it's too dark for you to tell.
All right. Fair enough.
And I don't know if you're. Give me perceptions.
All right.
I do have a
Who's ever looking?
question.
Sure, go ahead.
Silverwolf is an elf, right?
Half
Or
elf.
health.
Half
You
hour.
have dark vision, don't you?
I
He sure
do.
does. And it is built into his character. What his
Oh,
dark
it is.
vision-
So he can see further than we can. Okay.
Correct. 13.
Oh, cool.
So 17 altogether. I have a plus
17.
24.
He
4.
has.
And Nordjur notices everything.
Okay, so I'll explain what you see first, Silverwolf. It's definitely elven in build.
Okay.
Nordjor, you see him, and he's the strangest looking elven person you've ever seen. He has a complexion that is completely different than any of the elves that you know about, mostly through stories. And you actually do know of the Drow race. And for a split second, you thought maybe he was a Drow, but you're like, no, the tone's different. He's more.
You
And
froze
he's
up
got-
there. What was that?
He's more
more-
ashen in his color, and he
Okay.
actually has his cheeks under each eye. That's what you notice, Nordjor. Surprisingly,
And is he-
uh-huh.
Is he awake?
Oh, he's totally like he got up and he walked to the bars. He's actually going to say something. So
Okay.
when
If we
He's
give him
not
an
the same
opportunity
elf.
to, anyway.
Not the
Yeah.
same elf we
That'll
saw
never happen.
previously.
no,
Okay.
not the elf that you saw in the woods in the Tangles that one time. Not at all.
Got it.
So you guys kind of figured out that was probably the smoke beast because remember you found those bodies
Right.
that were all skinned. One of
Yeah.
them was an elf.
Got it.
Okay, so And what was your question again? You asked
if anybody knows where they took our belongings.
Okay. This guy comes up to the bars, and he kind of points towards the door, and he goes, "Yeah, I saw it. They took him through there. But don't think you're gonna get a hold of him. Not anytime soon."
Hi, I'm Raleigh.
Hey, Raleigh. My name's Zarin, but you can call me Smoke.
Okay,
that's
everybody roll. Give
Rolling
me
initiative?
no, not
Hey,
initiative.
We're gonna fight him through the bars.
Yeah.
That's why I was confused.
I mean, I could.
He's bringing the noise. No, let's see. What would be a good thing to just basically just give me a D20 and add your wisdom to it.
So like a wisdom check.
It's just like to recognize the name or something.
Nope.
Yeah, basically see if you recognize the guy.
Would history be appropriate? Well, let's see then.
Looks like nobody in this place knows who the hell this dude is.
Do you just have a Star-Lord moment?
Or George? Yeah, I think so, dude.
Come on. He was outlaw.
Hold on. I got to roll. I got to roll for. You know what? That's what I need to bring up. Let me bring up. Where's he at? Three Toes. Let me bring up Three Toes character sheet. Okay, so. What the hell? Okay.
The second roll was good.
Here's the thing. He has advantage on this.
Oh.
So even though he rolled. That's all I needed.
Cool.
Just because Three Toes knows doesn't mean Three Toes is going to tell you.
He wouldn't tell us. He wouldn't tell. He hasn't told us anything yet.
Three Toes is like, yeah. All right. Okay.
All right.
And then that guy goes back and recedes back into the darkness of his cell.
You guys think he gave himself that nickname? I bet you he gave himself that nickname.
As a guy who calls himself Silver Wolf, I'm just going to keep quiet.
No judgment.
So okay, at this point in time, both Cecil and Clyde chime in and go, You guys are serious. You don't know who that is?"
That's Smoke. You just told us. Were you listening?
Who is he?
That's Zarin Smoke, dude. That's the dude. That's the assassin. That's the guy. That's the guy that kills guys. And that's when Three Toes pipes up and he goes, "He's an assassin of some renown. No one near anyone near my level of expertise with killing. But I guess if you do certain things, you get a reputation."
And I imagine if you're an assassin, you don't want to be that well known.
Exactly. My whole point.
I'm just trying to make Three Toes feel better.
That's when Clyde chimes in and goes, "Well, he's not just an assassin. I mean, he's the guy. He's the guy you call when you need something fixed." AKA, there's a moment in a Quentin Tarantino film when it goes, "Shit, man, all you had to tell me the wolf was coming." So,
If that's the
but
case,
you guys have no clue who this dude is,
right?
because obviously his reputation in your little secluded area of the abandoned kingdoms where the Tangles are, you never really got to know about.
No.
So,
If he's that good, I wonder how he came to be in the cell.
right?
Well, I mean, we're that good, and we ended up in here.
Are we?
We're not that good.
I was trying to be nice. I'm that good, and I ended up in here, so it can happen to anybody.
So Nordra says, like, so he is good guy and he fixes things.
He's like a handy.
He's a repairman.
Well,
No.
see,
Wrong kind of
I
fix.
start laughing, and they go, "Yeah, that's it. That's what he does. He fixes things." Yeah. Okay, so does anybody else want to do anything of any consequence during the night.
Yeah, Nordjor is gonna turn to Cragwin or Corwin. Sorry.
That's you.
Yeah, my last
Yeah,
name is
that's right.
Nordjor turns to himself. No, Nordjor turns to Corwin and just says, Nordjor, try something. Corwin not get upset or scared. Yes?
Depends what you want to try.
It's sexual. Sure.
And then Nordjor will turn into something small. What can you turn into that's small?
A mouse?
I mean, he can turn into a lot of things that are small. Just something really tiny. He's going to turn into something tiny so that the chain falls off of him.
Okay, and it doesn't say how. What's the casting time of that? I mean, is it instantaneous? What is
It's an action. It's an action.
Action?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you turn into it, and as you turn into it, hold on. Let me gotta find something here. I don't think that's gonna be in here. All right, I'm gonna have to just do this the good old-fashioned way. All right, so you go ahead and you turn into that, and then my man here, he starts punching your mouse for him.
Sure.
Okay.
So Corwin is attacking me.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
straight up
shit.
attacking.
All right,
Boom, boom.
Raleigh's gonna run over and try to drop kick him.
The dagger comes out because I'm standing right next to him, and I'm just
It's-
going to run up, push him against the wall, and hold the dagger to his throat.
Okay. Well, let's put it this way: you changed into a mouse, right?
Yeah, well, I don't. In my B shapes, I can change into small creatures that I can change into include, a cat. I can turn into a cat, so I'll turn into a cat. Yeah.
Okay, so you turn into a cat, and essentially he beat the shit this cat to death. And so when the cat dies, you go back to Nordjord. It's pretty much the same thing, right?
Right,
Yes.
but the chain would fall off before.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And then
that's
I will turn it. So if he hits me and actually does, I don't know. Let me hold on. I can look up how much health a cat has.
It's
Oh, I
like
know
2
it's-
hit points.
Yeah.
It's
me.
very, very low.
just dude.
So then-
the cat into oblivion.
Mhm.
So then Nordjor, after he gets turned back into Nordjor, will look at Corwin and be like, "That was not good," and
Okay,
turns
but-
back into a wolf.
This is where initiative comes in. So everybody, go ahead and roll inish.
Yeah.
Oops. Okay, what does my man have? He's got 12 up.
Wow, you guys did pretty well.
Oh, but it just doesn't end right there. Hold on a second.
Well,
Okay. All right. Did I get them both on there? I did. Okay. And let me go ahead and pull this up. No, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Okay.
So the manacles that we're wearing, you describe. I can't cast
That-
somatic spells. It's restricting my movement that much.
Actually, no.
Okay.
Keep in mind, I need you to check what your material components and whatnot are.
Yes. No, I have been checking that.
Okay.
It's the material I can work with without somatic would just devastate me. So in the future, keep that in mind.
All right. Wyndon, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna sigh heavily and say, I think we all might want to stand down. This doesn't seem like a great idea, and that's all I'm gonna do for now.
Okay. All right. We need to put your guys' names on the thing at some point.
Yeah, if you click on your character and then the little gear,
Yeah,
put
mine
you
should
put
be
your
on
name
there.
and name and then hit save changes and it.
I
should work.
think yours is.
Okay.
Yeah, Wyndon's is, so I just need Norjor and Raleigh.
I'm just
Use
curious. Norger rolled a 19, but he shows up as 10 on the initiative. Is
No,
there...
I didn't click my token the first time I rolled it.
Oh,
so I
got
back to my
it.
first
Okay.
initiative.
You can change it to your 19 if that's what you originally rolled. I'm fine with
No,
that.
I think he originally
10,
rolled
10
a
was
10.
my original roll. So
Okay,
he's
all right, cool.
following being honorable.
I missed
Okay.
that one.
Norjor is so honest.
He is. He is. All right, Raleigh, what are you going to do?
All right, Raleigh is. He was gonna run up. Well,
God,
so
Greg, your friend.
has Silverwolf acted yet, or
No, he
he
has
said he
not.
was gonna push him with the dagger? So
So I didn't
so
get a
then
chance to do
Raleigh's
that.
gonna
He hasn't done anything yet.
run up and try to drop kick Corwin.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So that unarmed is a strength attack, right?
Correct.
All right. That's
Unless you're a
not
monk.
gonna be great.
Surprisingly, which you do believe that Corwin is.
Oh shit. Yeah, I probably should have.
Wow, that's great. That's a good roll. It misses.
That was about as good as I could hope for. And
Yeah, that's good. Good hit him. Okay, so did you have anything else that you were going to do?
probably stand back up, I guess. I felt a little
All right.
more.
All right, so it's now Corwin's turn, and he's going to unleash another barrage upon you, your Norjor.
Sure.
And while he's doing it, he's going, you shouldn't have done that.
Norjor would be like, you shouldn't have done that.
Oh, well, it doesn't look like he's done anything to you. Oh, that did. What's your AC?
He hits. It's 16.
16. Okay, now keep in mind you don't have armor on.
Oh yeah.
That would mean I am. I don't even know what I would be.
10.
10 plus
You-
2.
do you have
Plus
12.
dexterity, right?
12. 12.
12? Okay, so he only hit you once. So. All right, you took 9 points of blunt damage.
Okay.
Basically, your big full bore body's kind of like you're like trying to get out of the way of it, and you're kind of like absorbing some of it in your muscularness. But and he's never he's never really fought a furbolg before, so he's kind of figuring out your pressure points. Okay.
Good luck to him.
Wolf.
Now I'm gonna try to run up to him, hold the dagger, and sort of pin him against the wall. So is that just like a athletics?
Yeah, we're gonna oppose athletics.
Okay.
Here is what we're gonna. So.
Oop, not so great.
Well, hold on. Let's see what he gets because he's not a really strong dude.
You can contest it with acrobatics, depending on what you're trying to do.
True. That's true. He's just gonna thank
Sorry.
you for. No, don't ever apologize. Tell the GM. He
Well-
remembers these things. Oops, I rolled the D8.
No, that's fine.
Still almost beat you. All right, hold on. Oh, you haven't kidding me. Okay, so you actually, man, you bull rush him, you throw him up against the wall, and it's like the chain kind of threw him off, and you got the dagger up again.
I got the dagger up to his neck. I said, "This ends now."
Okay, so that's your turn.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna. Well, I guess that's my action. So yeah.
All right, Norjor.
Norjor uses his action to turn into a dire wolf, and he just bares his fangs at this guy, and then he uses his bonus action to turn invisible.
Jesus,
oh shit!
that's awesome.
Okay. How long does that last? It's not real long, though, is it?
No, it's a turn until the start of my next turn, or until I attack, make a damage roll, or force someone to make a saving throw.
Okay, so basically until the start of your next turn. Okay, cool.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that. All he knows is I turned into a fucking dire wolf and then disappeared in front of his eyes.
I think we're all
Very
pretty
much.
impressed.
Yeah,
And surprised.
Well, the direwolf thing, you're not so impressed by. Well, it is impressive.
That's still
regardless.
pretty cool. Come on.
We've seen it before.
Put it this way: when you guys came out of the Bandit Kingdoms going down to Ernst, that wasn't a quick trip. It took you
Right.
damn a month to do that because, like, remember I said, you guys, it's not just one beeline. You went from one hiding spot to the next,
Right.
and you had people with you.
I'm just
so-
saying, the cat, all right. The dire wolf and then turning invisible, that combination was pretty cool.
Okay. Cecil, at this point in time, who I should have remembered, you would have had to have dragged him with you. That's why your kick didn't work.
Yeah.
He basically yanks on the chain and he's like yanking you back to the other side of the cell. So if you're going to resist, it'll be opposing strength check.
Who is he trying to yank?
Raleigh.
Oh, okay.
So are you gonna?
I'm gonna say he caught me off guard, and
Okay.
because I wasn't thinking about him either, and
Yeah.
he just
Okay.
yanks me.
Okay, so he just yanks you back. Clyde's not doing anything because basically Wyndon's not doing anything. All right, Wyndon.
I'm taking the scene in and like, all right, this is what they want. They want us to be fighting each other and not them. I think we should all stand down, and then I'm just gonna stay there.
Okay. I'll let you hold an action if you want.
I guess if someone directly attacks me physically, I'll go to punch them in the face.
All right, fair enough. All right.
What
Rob-
about emotionally?
No, not emotional.
You
All right,
hurt
Raleigh.
my feelings, you son
Would
of a
you-
bitch!
Now, a punch, if you are not proficient on unarmed strikes, is not considered a weapon attack, correct?
Well, everyone's proficient with unarmed strikes. It's just you're gonna do like 1 damage or one plus your strength. So,
Yes.
Okay, but a weapon attack then.
well, it's like a
right.
unarmed strike.
It's like a strength attack. yeah.
Unarmed strike. Yeah, it's not considered a weapon.
all
So
right,
if
yeah.
you got a spell that
Yes,
requires,
all right.
it does not. It does not work. You actually
That's
have
what
to
I was so
have a physical weapon.
subtly asking. Okay.
Yes.
What about a wooden ladle? Is that considered a weapon?
Technically that would be an improvised weapon, and again, it's not going to work for the activation of a spell. Although I like where you're trying to go with this.
All right.
Now,
Well,
if you had tavern brawler, I think is what it is, and it gives you the you're proficient in improvised weapons, then I would allow such a thing to occur. So
that is half-elf charlatan sorcerer is the tavern brawler. Well, in that case, I'm going to kind of like. I'm assuming Cecil probably yanked me across the cell with relative ease. So I'm just gonna kind of give like a half-hearted tug against it and just kind of hold my action to see what happens. It seems like everybody is like Cecil's not trying to fight me, and it seems like it's gonna die down on its own, hopefully. So I'll just let it.
okay. All right, that's good.
And
All
Norge,
right.
so we defend.
Corwin at this point in time looks you in the face, Silverwolf, and just goes, "Tell your friend that he needs to reappear." Goes back on, or we will continue to be combatants.
All right, Nordra reappear. I said, but this doesn't mean that you can attack him. You've already lost your soul. Don't lose your life over this.
I doubt if I would lose my life in this situation. I think I would be more than capable of taking care of you, and possibly even the Furbolg.
I mean, I'm the one.
He's
with the
gonna
dagger
slit your
to
throat,
I've
Corwin.
got the dagger to your throat here, friend. I don't want to
This
use
is
it.
True. I don't want to have to hurt you either, but I do have orders, and those orders are to ensure that no magics occur. Changing, in my opinion, into another animal or beast is a magic.
Right.
Technically, it's more of an ability.
It is, but, he's not going to squibble over actual rules. He's just an NPC. So, okay. All right. So, that's all Corwin says. Silverwolf, I'm just going to go past you. You're not going to do anything, right? You just have the dialogue with him.
Yeah. I'm just going to hold my action if he tries to attack either me or
Nordjor,
I stab him in the throat.
Okay, we're just waiting to see what happens with Nordjor.
Yeah.
All right, it's Nordjor's turn. Do we have some
3 toes or free game?
Yeah, 3 toes isn't even doing anything. He's just saying there. He's still got his head against the wall and his eyes are closed. He hasn't done shit. Okay, so
classic 3 toes.
Right at that point in time, Nordjor, are people going to die senselessly, or what's going to happen here, man?
What did Silverwolf say?
I just said Nordjor reappear. That's it.
Kind of wants to kill this dude now. He's like he's in wolf form, and he's tapped into his bestial side right now, and he's pretty pissed because he asked nicely and this guy just randomly roundhouse kicked him and then kept punching him afterwards.
You killed my cat.
I got your back, Nordjor.
Right?
Yeah,
So...
I think he's gonna at least teach him a lesson, if nothing else.
Oh,
So he's gonna attack.
oh.
Now
Wyndham,
he's also
nobody listens to you. Okay, go ahead and attack. You definitely have an advantage on this because
I pinned him to the wall.
yeah,
And
because of a number of reasons. Yeah, so go ahead. Oh wow, look at that! He sees it coming, and you miss.
That's fine.
You become visible, and then your direwolf jaws going, "Rah!" And he sees it, and he's looking still at you, Silverwolf, and there's the direwolf comes in at his side, and he kind of does one of these limbo sort of just moves his hips out of the way, keeps looking at you, doesn't move his neck at all to get out of the way of the bite. Okay.
Yeah. And Nordjor's just burying his fangs at this Corwin dude. His eyes darting between him and these other people who he doesn't really know.
Okay. All right. Cecil, Clyde, both are not doing anything. Wyndon! I don't know if you want to say anything because obviously nobody's listening to you.
He's going to, if Clyde allows, he's just going to try to scoot back this way.
Yeah,
Just get
Clyde,
further back.
Clyde will scoot back with you. He's like, yeah, man, I hear you. I don't want to get in the way of any of that.
Yeah, that's all he's gonna do for the moment, and hope that people don't end up dying here.
Okay, Raleigh.
Raleigh's just gonna kind of nudge Cecil, and he's like, "This is just kind of entertaining now, right?"
It is. It really is. But I didn't like it when you went over there and you pulled on Matt. You almost pulled my arm out of the socket, man. That's not cool.
Well, I got caught up, That's my Firbolg.
Yeah,
He's my buddy.
Yeah. Okay, Corwin. All right. Let's see what's he gonna do. All right, so he's gonna actually attack Silverwolf.
I'm slitting his throat as soon as he does.
Oh no!
I was holding that action.
So he starts going at you. So go ahead and roll to slice his throat.
Oh boy.
Do I get advantage at least? Since I am holding the knife up to his throat.
You are holding a knife, but he is a completely facilitated monk.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Ooh.
That actually hit.
He wasn't already damaged though, was he?
No, he was not, sir.
Yeah, so it's only 6 points of damage.
Okay.
So I don't really want to kill him, and I just say, look, let's just stop this right now.
After you cut him, you say this. It's not like, nah, do it again.
I'm trying to just show him that I could have slit his throat if I wanted to, but
Totally
I didn't.
showed him.
As far as he knows.
Okay, so let's see here.
Because the next
okay.
time it's going to hurt a lot more.
Okay, here we go. And what's your armor class right now?
It would be a 13. So all
You
3
just
hit.
Okay.
Phew.
Okay, so he just did 23 points of damage to you.
Yeah, he did. Oops.
Wham! 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 And as he's doing that, still he's got that like kind of serene look on his face, and he goes, "I highly recommend that you drop the blade and cease this attacks against me."
Yeah, I mean, he makes a convincing argument.
Yeah. Your attack.
Okay.
Well, I
Sorry, go
should
ahead.
say your.
Oh, yeah, I'm like, Norjor, just let it go, man.
You gonna back up a little bit from him?
I'll back up.
Okay. All right, there it is.
I
Nordor.
mean, I don't mind dying, but not to this guy. I have to at least do some damage to, to one of those other guys first.
You gotta have your weapons and your armor on. You gotta
Yeah.
die like a man, you know?
Especially since I have a weapon and he doesn't. He just kicked my ass. So-
All right, Nordra.
Okay.
And I'll
so-
just put the dagger back in my boot.
Okay.
Norjor will hold his action. He like looks over at Silver Wolf, tilts his head to the side, after hearing his friend plead with him twice. Now that he's like calmed down a little bit, and he'll hold his action if Corwin tries to attack. He'll go for his throat.
Okay. So, unless if the rest of you guys are just watching, I'm just going to jump back. Corwin. Cecil and Clyde are. Wyndon and Raleigh, you guys just going to watch and see what unfolds for the rest of it.
Yep.
All right, so what happens is, and then Corwin, he doesn't attack. He reaches down and he grabs the other shackle, and he kneels down, and he holds out the shackle towards Norjor, and he says, "I do believe the paw will fit through."
Yeah, that's not gonna fly. Nordor will shake his head. He won't attack outright, even though he probably should, because that would be the strategic thing to do. But
Right.
he's gonna try to be nice about this and politely decline, and he'll just like shake his head pretty like decisively.
Okay.
Still like kind of like
All right.
eyeing Corwin down.
Okay. At which, as you do that, Corwin keeps looking at you and goes, "I understand your desire to continue this battle. It is very disheartening to wake up in this situation which we find ourselves. But, unfortunately, all of these actions you are taking will lead to no good result. I highly recommend that you take this course of action and cease all hostilities. There are many more men outside this door," and he points over at the door at the, that Tobold Gurner came through, "that would be more than willing to come through here and pelt you full of crossbow bolts. For both of our sakes, please do this."
I say Norjor, he's not as much of a dick as he is. He's not our enemy. The guys outside these bars are. They want something from us. They're going to, they're going to let us out of here. They're going to unshackle us, probably tomorrow, if not soon. I'd recommend doing it so we don't. Let's save our energy and fight the people who deserve to be fought. And then I cast Cure Wounds on myself. But I try to do it nonchalantly.
He's like, I'm not hurt.
Okay.
All right. So, Norjor.
So the one flaw with
3.
Wild Shape is that I can't really talk, and so I can't really communicate my intentions here. I mean, as far as Norjor is concerned, he's not being hostile. He's lunged at the guy once. The guy has tried to hit him 6 times. He thinks that he's exercising restraint by not ripping this guy's throat out. But his view is that he could just, like, there are other ways to hide create the appearance that he's still shackled to him without actually having to be shackled to him. Right. And he's not willing to kind of like drop wolf form and kind of be helpless against this guy who's obviously very capable with his hands. So he's going to stay in wolf form, and he's going to continue eyeing him down. He's gonna, like, I guess, lessen the, like, baring of teeth and, like, threatening posture, but he's gonna make clear that he won't be shackled, and he's going to, like, hold his action to attack if he tries.
Okay. All right. So I take it no one else is going to do anything until... Oh, did I already go past Corwin? Yep. So Corwin would be... Is he next right after?
Corwin is right before me.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so we
Corwin, me, and then Norjor.
Yeah, we jumped to Norjor. Okay, so that was...
my action, I
still Clyde, Wyndon, Raleigh, you guys still just watching?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Corwin's turn. Here it comes.
Fuck.
All right.
This guy doesn't fucking stop, man.
He doesn't. He rolls like shit against you, though.
I know. I wish he rolled that poorly.
I know. It's like if he's going against an elf, he's all on, man. He's all like, he's Bruce Lee, you know. He goes up against Norjor. He's like the ineffective dog catcher. Okay, so I assume all 3 of those miss, right? Okay.
Yeah, they all miss, and then my response or like held action also misses. So.
All right, okay. Well, I'm taking the fucking dagger back out, and I rush the guy again because.
Okay.
Yeah, Raleigh kind of turns to Cecil and shrugs and says, "I hope we can still be friends." And then run over there.
Okay. We'll do that right quick here. Okay. Cecil.
No, 13 misses, I'm assuming.
Yes, it does. Cecil tells you, Raleigh, as you say, I hope we're still going to be friends because you're getting ready to attack. And Cecil goes, so you know what the guards are going to do when they come in here, right? All of them motherfuckers are going to get shot full of them crossbow bolts. If you join in on this, that means you getting shot too. And that means I'm getting shot too. I don't think we need to start a fisticuffs between the 2 of us. So he says, before your turn. Just say
he just shrugs and goes, loyalty, man.
Okay, cool. All right, Silver Wolf, that was your attack.
Yeah,
you got a 13 missed. Okay. Norjor, your turn.
Yeah, I'm going for him. I'm going to try to be nice.
All right, go ahead. Do it.
Missed.
This guy's very elusive.
Thank God there's other people doing shit, because otherwise it would be a dance fest between a big wolf and his mom. All right, Cecil's turn. Cecil is going to clock you straight in the side of your head. And let me see here. Hold on. I just wanted... Oh, no. Raleigh, because Raleigh says, look, dude, I got to do it. I got to... Right. Like, I'm going against... These are my buds. I got to help him out. Which he finds... You know what? You can see Raleigh as he's trying to punch you. He actually is sad. You know? He misses because his hand still hurts. And he hits the wall again. He's like, ow! So he misses bad. Okay.
Raleigh puts his hand on his shoulder. It's like, I told you, man, you can't hit me. You're going to keep hurting yourself.
Oh,
all right. Clyde looks at Wyndon. Does Wyndon look like he's getting ready to jump in on this?
Nope.
Okay. And Clyde just looks at you and like shrugs like, I don't know what to say, man.
There's no money here.
Yeah, Wyndon's going to say, we're the only smart people, us and 3 toes.
Right? Yeah, 3 toes is just sleep. Okay, Raleigh, what are you going to do?
Can I fire a ranged attack in there without having disadvantage?
Probably not, because you're chained against an adversary. Yeah, I would imagine.
All right. Mm-hmm. All right. It still might be my best option.
So what are you going to do? Hey, man.
Okay,
you taught that wall a lesson. And let's put it this way. You have taught Cecil a lesson. Okay, sorry about that, guys. We had a little hiccup there in our stream. The only thing you missed was that our wonderful Raleigh tried to, what'd you do? It was chill touch.
Chill touch.
Yeah, you
but
tried.
I didn't.
He tried to chill touch Corwin and missed terribly, and actually chilled the wall instead. But that's all that was missed. So nothing else happened after that. So now we are starting off with Corwin's turn, and let's see who is. Oh yeah, Corwin is going. He wants the Furbolg. So he's decided that you're the lesser of two threats there, Silverwolf. So here they come. Let's see if he actually hits this time.
I'm ready.
Two, and
First one misses. Second one hits.
he got you with one.
Yeah.
All right, he's gonna do 8 points of damage to you.
Okay. Marked it.
All right. So that was Corwin's turn. Silverwolf.
I say, come on, man. Let's just stop this now. You know, it's not too late to put an end to this, and I try to stick it with my dagger.
And that's what.
Oh man, I'm not into it though. It's
No,
I just.
Yeah, because you remember.
I'm just sort of waving it around at this point to try. to...
Well, because you don't really want to get them turned back towards you because you don't want that ass whooping.
No, but I also, yeah, that's true.
You're
but
just
also,
hoping that Norjor takes them down, and you ain't got to get him where those swinging fists are coming in.
yeah.
All right, Norjor, pack
All right. Pack tactics. Oh my god.
That's some good shit right there. That's all I got to say. Okay, Cecil.
Very flavorful.
Yeah, here you go. Here goes Cecil. Cecil's he's got it coming towards you there, Raw.
Cecil, what are you doing, man?
You might take a point of damage, Raleigh.
Hell, he can't do nothing.
I got you that time. All right, so basically, he's gonna do 3 points of damage. So
now I'm gonna cast shield as a reaction, so he'll miss me again.
Now the shield have a
verbal and somatic.
Oh man, look at you! Good shit.
All my good stuff needs material, but
yeah,
I can dodge.
Shields? What are you talking about? Shields, great.
Well, yeah, no, I mean all my damaging stuff, I should say.
Okay, so basically, how's this shield work? He's swinging at you. What happens?
So as the fist comes right towards my face, I throw up this arcane force that just redirects his fist into the wall again. I'm assuming his hand's gotta be.
It's the same one. It's the same one. Yeah. So his knuckles on that, because he keeps trying to punch you with the hand that doesn't have the shackle on it, and that's probably why it's all kind of and he keeps hitting the wall. Okay.
I just kind of shake my head at him this time, like, "What are you doing, man?"
All right. Clyde doing nothing because him and Wyndon are just watching. Yeah, I assume. Okay, cool.
All right. I'm just like, guys, just chill out, man.
All right, Raleigh.
Raleigh is going to move this time.
Okay.
Over this way. If I go here, is it too crowded to get an attack?
Well,
do I need to go down?
You have to go there. You're going to get into a contested strength roll between you and good old Cecil because he's got a chain that's you're connected to him by, and that chain is only a foot long. So
let's do it.
All right, go ahead and give me a roll. It's going to be a strength check, so just roll your strength, or give me an athletics check is what you need to do for me.
All right.
Wow. Oh, all right. You guys are playing tug of war. You're like, come on. You're like, no.
You got to defer to the second roll then, right?
No, I know. That's a good idea. Okay. All right, Corwin's turn. Here we go. Let's see what he does against old Norjor. He's going to hit eventually. It's just a matter of odds.
I could say the same thing. Yeah, he hits twice.
Oh, he gets 3 attacks. Okay. Oh, yeah. The 14 doesn't hit you, though, right?
Correct.
Okay, so he gets 2 attacks on you. Okay.
Okay.
There you go. 16, so 50 more points.
Yep.
How bad are you looking right now? I know you got a decent amount of hit points, but he's hit you a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, I'm below half of my wolf form.
Okay. That's what I figured. Oh, that's right.
He's doing a hell of a lot better than I am.
All right, cool. All right, so Silverwolf?
I'm like, God damn it, man. I just stop.
He's not a that puny silver what elfin dagger thing.
All
Are you gonna
right.
try?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna try to attack him again. That time I got him.
And it's what, 7 points?
Only
huh?
7 points. Yeah, bad rolls on the Colossus anyway.
Yeah, it happens.
Bad
Okay.
rolls, dude. I've missed like 5 times in a row with the +5, including
It's all
3
matter-
with advantage.
Now, it's all a matter of perspective. It's all your heart's not really in this, Nordjord.
Yeah.
That's the dice gods telling you need to back off.
Yeah, so
And
I mean, I'm also just trying to keep my distance, so I'm just sort of like swiping. I got maybe his arm.
Uh-oh, that's a hit. Ooh,
There
that's
you go.
nice. That's nice.
Oh, there you
okay.
go.
Okay. So let's see. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, you get a real good bite in, and it's basically, you're dart in, and your teeth sink down into his thigh, really nice and juicy. And he's like, ah! That really hurt him.
And he's
Okay.
Nordjord's grinning now. He's had a taste
So,
of blood.
quick question before Cecil does anything. So, him stopping me from moving, was that just my move action? Because I tried to move, but I didn't actually take an action, right? Right?
It was basically both your actions were spent in tug of war against each other, but
Okay.
it's not a move action. But you can't really move because the action is actually keeping you in place. It's like your feet are going out and you're like kind of stretching like you're trying to go, and that's
Yep.
something.
Okay.
So Cecil, who's shaking his hand, is like, "Come on, man, stop! I don't want to have to hit you again." So he's actually,
You haven't hit me yet.
I know. He's actually not going to try and hit you this turn, but he's not going to let you move either. So that's basically what Cecil's doing. Okay.
Okay.
When didn't you want to hurl any insults at anybody?
I'm just gonna be like, what would Winston say? He'll turn to Clyde and be like, "So you don't know this monk dude, right?"
And I don't know this guy. He's a dim ring nut, dude. Those guys are all fucking crazy. You should know that.
Yeah.
And that's
all right.
that's a pretty fair assessment. Those guys are very zealot.
I'll just yell out, "You're not helping. No one's helping themselves here," and then that'll be it.
Okay, cool. All right, Raleigh.
I'm going to give him a tug again.
All right, let's do it. Let's give it this strength thing here. Let's see what happens. Oh, he's fucker. All right, cool. So at that point in time, you can move. Where are you going? What are you doing?
I'm going to
Because
go
basically he's too worried about his hand right now. Real.
to here and hold my hand out to Silverwolf and be like, "Give me the knife."
Give me the knife. I throw you the whip. No, is it? Throw me the idol. I throw you the whip. Okay. All right. So,
I don't know if he does or not, but that's...
All right, that's Raleigh's turn. All right, Corwin.
Well, that... I should still have an action if he gives me the knife. Because that's like taking an item from
Can I
someone
give
is
you the
one of those-
knife? But it's
Yeah.
not my
Yeah.
turn.
Well, if he gives you the knife for the handoff, we're gonna call that your action. So you'll have the knife. You'll be ready to go, unless it's a bonus action, which you want to do. If it's a bonus action, I'll let
Unless
you,
what
because
I...
because it's not like just it's not like you guys are sitting at the table. You lean over and go, "Hey, Silver, you mind passing me that butter knife?"
Right, you're kind of in the middle.
It's not like that. It's
Right,
not like
it's
guys
a-
are doing this, jumping around.
No, yeah, I
someone else
get you.
trying to stab this guy, and you come up, "Hey, man, give me that knife." You're like, "What?"
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll if he gives me the knife, I'll ready my action for the next turn.
Okay. So he comes over and asks you to
Or-
give him the knife, Silverwolf. What are you gonna do?
I say, what are you... I said, what do you want it for? And I stabbed the guy in front of me
Oh,
again.
wait! It's Corwin's turn first. I almost forgot him. Thanks for reminding me. Okay, so he's gonna still attack Nordjor because he's still more terrified of the big ass wolf than he is of you.
Second one hits. Third
And-
one hits.
Yeah, so he gets 2 hits on you. So he does another. Ooh. Okay, so 17. No 17 points of damage he does to you.
Okay. I'm looking really rough.
Silverworth, it's your turn. Did that roll? Because we'll keep that roll.
Yeah, I say, what do you want it for? And then I stab him in the
Okay.
chest.
That's
All
actually
right.
a really good stab.
Does
Yeah, it
for
is.
17? I mean, for 15 points of damage.
That does yeah. So basically, it's not really the chest. You get him in the back because he's turned his
Oh,
back. to
right,
you.
yeah.
He's just going hog wild on.
The reverse chest.
Yeah.
Nordor.
So, all right. So let's see. How much did he do? You did what? 2 hits, 16,
15.
30. Ooh, man. He's looking really rough. He's looking like really rough. Like that. The dagger sinking into him there. Already hobbling from the one leg from what the dire wolf had done. Now he kind of like slimps to one side because of that. So yeah, he's not looking good. All right, this could be it, Norjor.
You could do it.
My response is, I'm cooking something up.
Okay.
Do it. You know what you should do it. You should say it in the Swedish chef voice. 'Cause that would be cooking up. Okay, so basically, Norjor just you bite him.
Non-lethal. I'm not
Okay.
gonna try to kill him.
And yeah, he falls down. He's out, and he's on the ground. And at that point, as the rumble of the combat subsides, and everybody else that's in the prison here that could see was watching with bated breath and listening. Those who couldn't see were listening, and in that silence, all you hear is. It took you enough to kill that thing. Not that thing, to kill him. And that's, of course, Three Toes.
Good old Three Toes. Always providing helpful commentary.
Yeah.
Well, he's usually the one who kills things for us, so that's...
Okay. All right. So that is it. He is down, and he is not going to be doing anything else this evening. He is out. So,
All right.
with that having been said, are you guys going to try anything else the remainder of the night?
All right. Well, first thing I'm gonna try to hide my dagger back in my boot. Secondly, I say, why don't we move him, sort of drag him into the corner, and then make it look, just sort of prop him up as if everything's fine.
Okay.
And then maybe Norjor, just stay somewhat close to him in case anybody comes in. Make it look like you're still attached to him. And if anybody asks, we just found him this way when we woke up.
Nordor is going to turn back into his Furbolg form. He's breathing a little heavily, but he nods at Silverwolf. He's like, "Good plan." And he's going to cast Healing Word on Silverwolf a couple times.
I'll take what I could get.
And that requires no material component either?
It's just verbal.
Just verbal.
Damn, there's a bunch of spells nowadays that I'm old school guy. Okay, so I'm obvious going, no, you needed a gum of guano and blah, 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 and shavings of somebody's back hair. And okay. All right.
So you're at 11. That's 11 more.
All right, that's good enough. Thanks. I mean,
Raleigh turns to Raleigh turns to Cecil and just kind of lets out this sigh, like both of them were doing things that they didn't want to do but felt they needed to out of obligation. And just like, oh, it's over, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you want a drink? Let's
Oh
go
my
get a
God.
drink out of the bucket.
which
Don't
bucket?
tease me. I thought you had some booze.
No, I
George.
wish.
Nordor is also going to just make eye contact with the last two, Clyde and Cecil, and be like, "We friends, yes?"
Yeah. Clyde looks right at it, man. I ain't got no beef with you. And Cecil's just nursing his hand, and he looks like he's gonna talk some shit or say something.
Raleigh, no, he's like, say yes. Say yes.
Yeah. Guess so. Okay. So the rest of that evening, you guys are pretty much just hanging in the cell. Okay. It's pretty quiet in there. You get some regular noises here and there. It's late at night. I mean, all you guys are pretty much tuckered out and you're sleeping, and you are actually woken up by the sound of keys.
Well, you don't know.
And
Well, I'm not woken up. I'm gonna need a little something more than that.
okay, so you're still sleeping. Anybody else that wants to be awake is awake, and basically what you guys are seeing is it appears that one of the bandits that had been in one of the cells is busy opening up the cells. He opens up this one over here for that Mathers and Smokey Kaz are in, and then at that point, then he comes over and he starts opening up your guys' cell.
I say, what's the plan?
Shh. Run? I don't know, man.
And he does opens it up real quietly and he swings open the gate. Now, there's quite a few bandits that were in these cells. Now, granted, most of them are looking like they're sitting down, but pay no attention to that.
It was a long walk to the center of the room. They just had to take a quick breather.
They're taking a break. Yeah. So as you can see,
But did we get a full 8 hours or no?
well, no, because you guys were woken up. It was pretty much nighttime when they came into Tobold came in to talk to you guys.
Okay.
So let's see. Okay. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, so there's a bunch of them that are all congregated here. Mathers and Smokey Kaz are among them, the guys that were let out. Okay. So this guy opens up the door, and then he comes over here and opens up this door, and these guys will just all start filing out and going into the hallway. So everybody who is well, let me just ask. So what are you guys doing?
I mean, I'm going to check out what's going on here.
Wyndon would normally, he'll say, normally I'd go along with this, but I think they actually do have my soul, and I kind of want that. So I'm going to just stay in here for now.
Okay. And when you say that, kind of sauntering over as these guys all kind of they hustle out quick.
Right.
That one dude comes walking over into the light.
Smoke.
Yep. And he looks over into the cage and he goes, "You're a smart man. You got your soul. You better believe it. Yeah, if you go out there with these idiots, yeah, the only thing you're going to get is dead and dead without a soul." And he goes and he walks into this cell where Mathers and Smokey Kaz was at, and he closes it.
I'm just going to... Do we quickly drag this other guy out? Or close to... Or, just drag him close to the... just on the other side of the bars?
Mm-hmm.
As if...
That's brilliant.
Yeah, and this way... Yeah, Corwin.
Okay.
This way we can say that he was attacked as they tried to get us to flee with them. We didn't want to go, and they attacked poor Corwin, killing him. I take out my dagger and try to cut off his hand.
Oh my God!
Couldn't we say that?
Oh wait, he's not dead.
He's
He's not dead yet, is he?
First of all, he's not dead. Secondly, couldn't we say that he was the one who let everyone out and frame him for that?
Yeah, that's a better idea.
It's easier to frame a one-handed man than a two-handed man. I'm just saying.
That's true. I mean, it might help us out if he doesn't have a hand.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm gonna drag him out. and I'm gonna try to
This
cut
is,
off his...
this is your revenge, Silver Wolf.
Yeah. Clyde leans over and whispers to Winters like, "Damn, man, you roll with some bloodthirsty motherfuckers."
Yeah.
Yep.
You should take his foot too, because then he won't have a leg to stand on.
But dumb.
Yeah. So I'm gonna drag him out, and just try to hack off his hand quickly with my dagger as fast as I can.
That's gonna take
Or
a
at
while.
least enough so, I mean, it doesn't have to be completely off. It just has to be hanging. Just enough where it would seem like it was easy to pull out.
All right, fine. You whack his hand almost completely off. He's bleeding out onto the floor, just laying there.
I'll cast Cure Wounds on him.
Yeah.
Isn't it better if we're gonna frame him? Isn't it better if he's dead as opposed to alive and can object?
Yeah.
No, that's fair. That's fair. So I just
That's
pull off
bordering on evil.
I pull off the. I don't have time for this anyway, probably. So I just pull off the manacle. Come back inside. Yeah, his manacle, the one on his. I was cutting off that hand.
Okay.
And then pulling off just enough so I could pull off the manacle. Toss it to Nordjor. Says, "Here, put this on." And then close the gate. This way, it looks like he either tried to. He's the one who tried to flee, not you, because you still have the manacle on.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
And then I close the gate because I want a gate between him and me that he can't get through in case he does happen to wake up and not die on the floor of the cell.
I mean, you could just kill him, dude.
Yeah.
Well,
you already burned a cure light wound spell on him to help him out. So all right, cool. All right, so
Raleigh turns to Cecil and Clyde, and he's like,
Actually, I didn't actually cast the Cure Wound spell. I listened to Nordjor on that one. I just hacked off his hand.
No. Hold on.
I hacked off his hand.
You said you were going to do it, so I will let you retcon this, but we're going to do what's called the DM's challenge. So basically what it is you roll a straight up 20, I'll roll a straight up 20. If you beat me, 14.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, if you beat me, then it's cool. I'll retcon it. All right, it's retcon.
All right. So yeah, I just cut his hand off. He's lying there bleeding on the floor. I close the gate, toss the manacles to Nordjor, tell him to put him on, so it looks like he's the one that tried to get out of the situation, and not Nordjor.
Okay, so he's bleeding to death outside the. Yeah. I understand.
So he's like right out here now.
Yeah, gotcha.
I put on the manacle.
Okay, I'll put him out there. Okay, as you guys are going through all this and whatnot, first of all, Smoke's looking at you guys like you're all fucking nuts. Okay, he's not saying anything, but he's looking really interested through the bars. Like, yeah, he sure does. What? All right. So, Cecil and Clyde are really looking scared at this point in time, and you start to hear.
I feel like we fixed a lot of things with this plan.
I think you did. You start to hear the sounds of combat, actually, from the guys who...
Yeah, those are the guys getting massacred, probably, outside the gate.
So you're hearing a bunch of stuff going on, and then it's like maybe 5 minutes later, and for the lack of... I'm not going to pull up another... tokens. I'm just going to use these tokens that I have here. So this is actually Tobold Gurner and the gnome.
Okay.
They come back in. And he goes, he's looking around, and he does this thing where when he walks in, he walks the length of the prison looking in the cells at who stopped, who's still there. And he goes, well, I have to say that you all did very well. And not living. Gosh, I'm slipping into a fucking French accent here. Okay, so
I hate him.
He lives on the
now.
Alsace border of France and Germany.
Alsace, yeah. Germany and France.
You've done very well. I'm glad to see that some of you haven't left, and glad to see that you didn't leave. And he walks up to the cage, to the bars here, and he's looking in, and he's looking right at you, Norjor. It's like,
Mordor just grins, bares his teeth in a smile, like that's kind of ambiguous to its friendliness. It's like, me glad too.
and you kind of look like a psychopath when you a little bit, don't you?
Yeah.
And then he looks down and he looks at. Well, it sure does appear that see, there goes the French again. That you guys, you have definitely taken care of your situations. I guess he's going to be French now.
That's his voice. The guy wants to be
now
French.
Yeah.
All right, if he wants to be French, he's going to be French because I can't reproduce for some reason that kind of sort of Spanish one I was doing before. So and then he goes, gentlemen, you have the run of the upper floor. We are not going to lock you in anymore. Your items can be found in the rooms next door. Feel free to go ahead and suit up. I'm glad to see that you're understanding of what is going to be happening here. You will receive your souls back once the duty and the job has been performed. You must, for 12 months, create enough havoc within the Bandit Kingdoms and to the Iusian forces to please us. We will not be unfair in our decision of what that is. Make it here before the end of the 13th month, and we will give you your souls back. You will be taken tomorrow by horse into the Bandit Kingdoms. You will have a guide to take you there. You will first be going to Rookroost, where you'll meet up with your handlers, and then everything will begin from there. Have a good evening.
Wyndon will say, do we get to keep any loot we find?
You can keep anything you want, especially if it's off of any Iusian dead.
Great.
All right. And then he goes and he leaves, and the gnome, yes, kill. And he's just talking to himself, and he follows him out.
Did they take the manacles off?
No, but surprisingly, at this point in time, all of the manacles drop off everybody and fall to the floor. Ching.
Oh, finally.
That's a handy trick.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, and then these bandits even bring out their benches with them.
Yay! Free
So-
seats.
Yeah, so all in all, there's far less stayed behind than left. So, and of all of them, now you guys can actually see Zarin smoke at this time, and he does look like he looks elven in appearance. Even has the pointed ears, but his skin is gray. Okay, he's even got an elvish build to him. So he's definitely a weird, not weirder, but a strange and unique looking type of individual. Everybody starts going over to, in here at this point in time, I'm just going to drop some stuff so you can see. This is the top floor of the place here. And there's like some rooms and all your stuff is actually over here in this room. Did that one show up with all the benches and stuff?
Nope.
Okay. Well, you guys probably would have to leave the room to see it. But needless to say, all of your items were stored up here in an adjoining room. Okay. And so you guys can get all your stuff, can get geared up.
My
And
bracelets are in there too with the rest of my stuff.
you got it.
Okay.
You got it. You're there. And Zarin, he gets his stuff together. One thing that you guys do notice that he has with him, he has basically a 10-foot long chain that he wraps around his waist. And at the end of the chain, which he sort of uses as like a belt buckle or whatnot, it's got like it looks almost like a small grappling hook. It's got like barbs and different shit on it that he wraps up into, ties the chain around his waist.
Would I have any idea what kind of elf he is? Have I ever seen or heard of anything like this before?
let's see, what would be a good thing to have you roll on for that? And I gotta put my glasses back on for that. It's gonna require a. Give me an Arcana roll.
That's not my strong suit.
That's high.
That's as good as it's going to get for me anyway, with pretty much.
You got no clue.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's nothing natural, is what you're saying.
You've never heard. Let's put it this way. People know of elves. People know of what a high elf is. People kind of know, they know what a wood elf is. There's the common variety. People know what those are. Even if you've never seen one, it's in enough common knowledge that you know what they are. You've never heard of anything like this guy.
Okay.
So, and his hair is black, like jet black, like almost black to the point that light doesn't really reflect off of it. It just kind of like soaks it in, sort of black, and it's pulled back into a ponytail. So, all right, gentlemen. So that is where we're gonna finish the first episode.
Sweet.
Cool.
So, with Corwin is actually some guards actually come up. Well, they're not really guards, but they are definitely people that are in service here. They come up and they take Corwin away. And despite your valiant efforts, Corwin did not die. It would have.
He's probably not going to be happy with us. At least Norjor and I.
You
Yeah.
think?
He started it, dude.
He
sure
did.
did. And you guys finished it with hacking his hand off and leaving him there to keep that. And that showed him, I'm sure. Him as a reoccurring NPC to come back and hunt you. Probably won't happen. All right, so I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I said I can live with that.
I'm sure you will. All right, anybody who's watched us tonight, thank you for tuning into the first episode of Return to the Bandit Kingdoms. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Feel free. We are on Facebook at Return to the Bandit Kingdoms. Can't really get any easier than that. Go ahead, join up. Post anything on there. Leave any kind of comments if you'd like to see different things, or if you, especially Greyhawk orientated. This adventure does occur in Greyhawk, and there will be Greyhawk specific from time to time in there. But if there's something that you would like to see, put it up on there. Maybe I can work it into the story some kind of way, and we'll see what happens. So until next Tuesday. We will be airing every Tuesday, barring any unforeseens. And again, if for some reason we're unable to, we will post that up on the Facebook as well. We do have it on Discord as well. It's same thing. Return to the Bandit Kingdom, so you can join into discussions there as well, either or, whichever you prefer. So. And we should hopefully have Michael, the infamous Three Toes, and hopefully I did him justice. And he should be back next Tuesday. So until then, everybody, thank you for watching and tuning in, and tell all your friends about it if you liked it.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night. Thanks.